YouTubes. Going for another live one. I'm gonna walk in circles and talk. I'm sitting here thinking I was gonna go live yesterday, but I didn't have no battery for it. So I was like, I went to go live, or I was about to go live, and I said, damn it, I don't even got enough juice. So, oh man, where to start? Thinking about this for the last couple days. I had a bunch of shit I wanted to cover on here, from everything from the current state of things to dog food. I'm just fucking myself up. Burn myself, cut myself on some fence. I'm smart and I wear gloves most of the time now, so my hands are a little bit more protected. But I'm beating my shit to death out here. But I always talk about on here on the chats kind of who I watch, what I listen to, and I listen to a bunch of different people. But the person that I catch every day religiously, like how I used to catch the Michael Savage show, is Bongino. He's a different type of breed than probably I usually, would listen to, with him being ex-cop, I think he was an FBI agent too, right? He was something. So usually wouldn't be my cup of tea, but dude is spot on. I mean, every time he's the closest over the target, as far as the mainstreams go, or the people, I guess he's not mainstream, but visibility wise. So I always shout him out as closest to the target, spitting it really. I mean, when he gets on there and he says from day to day, there's a couple things that he's off. I mean, nobody could be perfect, right? It's a couple things that he's off as far as the severity of how bad shit is, but I think we're finally getting there. I think he's finally getting there, because we are way past that. So shout out to him, man. You could tell the show, like, I don't know, to me, watching the show, I watch the show and listen to a combo. What up, A-Train? And he's down there in Florida, Bongino. You can see the shit's wearing on him. I mean, if that's your job, to fucking be in this political sphere, you could do it one of two ways. You could be the guy that puts on the act for the show, and it's just all an act, and you're just doing another job. Then there's the people that are, reporting on or covering the stuff that's going on. And it's like, how can you not be actually upset? How can you not actually fucking care? How can it be an act, I mean, everything's so messed up. Everything's gotten so bad. And so I think he's finally seeing, I would say the only thing he's wrong on, and I just was listening to him right now, is why I really forgot everything else I was going to talk about, but maybe I'll get back to it. But the only thing he's really wrong on is that this is savable, and that's just the hopeful optimist. I think all of us, deep down inside, or maybe right on our shoulder, we carry, wear it on your sleeve. You hope that things get better. You believe that things can still get better. You believe that things can still be turned around, Damn, broken glass bottle, piece of glass in my... What up, Bikes? Shut up! So that's his only... I would say that's one of his only weaknesses. He's awake that both parties are the same shit. He's awake to all the communist bullshit and the infringing of all rights. He's not one of those like apologists where it tries to say, like most Republicans right now. Most Republicans are going to carry on the debt ceiling, not shutting down the government and funding Ukraine. There's literally 5 to 10 holdouts on this budget deal who don't want to fund endless bullshit. Matt Gaetz, Luna Polina, however you say her name, I forget. No. And probably a handful of other folks that I can't remember by name, because I really, I don't know everybody's name, but um, Bongino's pretty much spot on about everything that he says. So you could see it's kind of wearing on him, and you could see him talking in his chat today. And each video, at first it was shit and this and like the small cuss words. Now it's full on F bombs, you know. And you could see that some of his crowd. Some of his crowd in the chat is upset because he's cussing, and I whoa, fall over here, and I could relate. I just walked in the door from work. I'm not drunk yet. I'm just fucking got my boot on the damn rock. Dropping F-bombs and people get offended. You know, I don't understand why people on the right are so weak and why they're so fucking sorry. Like, if you don't have no passion, if you're not passionate about the end of all this shit and the destruction of America and all that kind of shit, I mean, you really should be treated as suspect in the first place, you know? If you're not to the point to where you're like, this is fucking bullshit and fuck these motherfuckers and fuck them all the way back where they came from. If you're not at that point, you might want to check your pulse. You might be dead, you know? You might be dead. You know, you don't care enough. You're not, everybody should be passionate. And I hate that. I hate that for a long time. I had people try to, you know, what up, Blues Girl? I hate for a long time that people try to talk me out of the way I did my channel. Maybe that's why I don't get as many views, or maybe it's the black hole the algorithm put me in, or maybe it's a combination of both. I mean, I don't know, and I don't care anymore. I'm letting it all go. You know, I'm so focused on getting this land together. That's all I think about. That's all I dream about. Well, I don't even have dreams. I have nightmares. All I have nightmares is about the end of the world. Every night. You know, I would say that probably ever since I got out of Vegas, probably even before I left Vegas, I have nightmares every night, but not in like a crybaby, ooh, I fucking have nightmares all night long. I take them as like a horror movie, you know, or a thriller. That's the way I treat them. I'm just constantly having these bad dreams, these bad, maybe visions. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm anybody special, but in the end of times, you know, men will start having visions, right? Young men will dream and old men. I don't know if that's in the Bible. Maybe that came from somewhere else, but I see it, man. I see it. I see the destruction of everything. I see the calamity. I see the chaos. A lot of the times my dreams are the same dreams. Sometimes it might be the same dream, right? The same sequence and everything, but the location is different. I'm not going to go into all that. My point is this shit's over with. And so I'm just watching the destruction vicariously, you know. I was seeing those videos coming out of Philadelphia. You got, you know, some live streamer of some sort, and she's videotaping the looting, the mass looting of businesses in Philadelphia. She's live streaming it, and two things. I mean, the people that are doing that, looting and shit, they're acting like animals. They're acting like fucking Planet of the Apes. You know, they're ripping shit up and hoo-hoo, ha, screaming and fucking acting like fucking animals. And that's what's in the city is animals. There's animals out here in the woods too, but guess what? These animals out here, they won't try to fucking steal your TV. You know, they're not gonna break into your car. They might chew up some wiring on your car, which can be costly, but I don't know what the point is. I'm seeing that craziness in the way that is, and I just laugh, you know. I just really, really laugh, and a real good, healthy laugh, because I've been saying this, and I always, when I say I'm saying this, I always throw in that there was people right there along with me saying the same thing, pick your poison. but I'm me, so I can vouch for me. And I've been telling people for so long. I continue to tell people. And I'm even, I got some people out here, man. I know some people out here that have come a long way, that have set up and done a lot, got a lot invested. They haven't been here enough time. They don't have enough time invested. I'm like the one that has the most time invested being out here of all the new people, because I came before the flood of people came in. But you try to tell them, man, the bugs and all this kind of shit, the inconveniences of living out in these elements is whatever, like it's just it's just it's just the facts of life. I mean, it just is what it is. You shouldn't let something like that break you. And it's hard out here. The isolation is hard. Being away from friends and family, that's one that I know. And I experienced both of these, but that can't be the defining factor on how you're going to move forward in your life. You got to move forward. You got to move forward. I talked about it probably in the drunk chat the other day, but I was, I'm totally not drunk. Maybe not yet. Maybe when I'll get there tonight, we'll see. I don't know. Might go down to the lake. We'll see. But we're energy, man. Humans, we're electricity. We're energy. So energy and electricity like that needs to move forward. It needs to be constantly in motion, and that's us. And the ones that aren't, the ones that got nothing to do, the ones that ain't doing shit, the ones that are sitting on their hands, biding their time, whatever they're doing, waiting for whatever, those are the people that are going to finish last in this race. And that's truly what it is now. It's a race. It's a race to the bottom, yes, but it's a race to put yourself in the best position when we do get to the bottom. So I think it's crazy that people cry about people that are passionate and say, this is fucking bullshit. They're fucking commies, and everybody fucking knows what has to be done. Everybody knows what has to be done. The government's flipped everything on its head. So now the people are afraid of the government. The government's not afraid of the people. So therefore, people are afraid to speak against what is happening. But we won't have nothing left. Heck yeah, that's where I am. I mean, I got a mom and pop gas station that's open like mom and pop hours. So like they're open, but they're closed more than they're open. 2 miles down the street or 3, but Dollar General is like the main where we go, where everything's regular priced. Mom and pop is super duper expensive. In fact, I'm gonna go to mom and pop here in a second because they sell non-ethanol gas. I need some. But Dollar General is where we make all our little runs. That's about 9 miles from here, give or take. But if you're not passionate, then I mean, what the fuck? But there's nothing left. So maybe I get it, the dead mode sometimes, I guess. I don't know. But it is over. America's over. Will never be fixed. I don't care who you think you're going to elect or get pre-selected or whatever you think. We're not going back to cheap gas and cheap food and times where we weren't fighting each other and high taxes. And this can't be undone. This has been, when Obama got in, it was so destructive. I thought then really there was nothing that we could really do, to stop the inevitable. But, Trump delayed that. I'll give Trump that. Trump went in there and he delayed it for 4 years, right? But we were back on track day one once Trump was gone, bigger, badder, and worse than ever. And that that was easy because he was able to just go in there and erase everything that Trump did on day one. If you could just go in and erase, all the bad shit prior administration did. And he's not going to take the important actions of destroying the federal bureaucracy, the bloating of federal assets and government over the people. The people have no control over the government, and it has turned into a fucking democracy or a socialist dictatorship. Yes, it's there. That's where we're at. We're not a constitutional republic because there's no representation of the people, you know. The people are subjects in this country. We are subjects. The only thing that keeps them from coming to your door and raping your wife and your daughter is the fact that Americans are still armed, and they're doing everything they can to make sure that that's harder and harder and harder to do, even if it takes them however many more years. Firearm ownership and all that it will not be what it was. You know, I feel like it was in the damn heyday in the 2000s, and even up until, I'd say, you know, with some setbacks up until like 2016, 17. I mean, it was still, I mean, it was the Wild West. Everybody was building up and getting shit. People still are, but I mean, I think maybe the next crisis will have people running for the gun stores again. But ammo prices still haven't come down to where they were like pre-COVID. They're getting better, you know. And I was one that said they would never get back to pre-COVID prices. So, you know, maybe they will. I know gun parts, especially AR anything, are the cheapest I've ever seen them. I've never seen ARs and Glocks, do-it-yourselves or parts, kits, or whatever you want to call it, anything of any of those two platforms, I've never seen them as cheap as they are right now. They are so ridiculous that any poor can build one, get one for. They got a damn. I think they got on Palmetto State. They got like a Blem. I want to say they got a Blem Glock clone on there for like their dagger for like $239 or something. You could build an AR on there right now for like $350. The whole parts kit and everything without the lower receivers like $299, and then they have a Blem lower that's going for like $29 right now. So best place for 308. I don't know. I don't have one. I'm always looking at all prices, but Global Ordnance is a good, you know, online is always gonna have a way better price. You just always have to do the math on the shipping. So we got two South Carolina people here in here. Joseph and Blues Girl. I love South Carolina. I tell you what, I damn love South Carolina. I love Virginia. I love South Carolina. I love Florida, and I love Arkansas. Between those four states, and they're all close to me. Well, Virginia's kind of far, but I love them, man. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. The sunsets in South Carolina are the most beautiful sunsets you'll ever see. I've been around the world. I've been all types of places. I've been all over this country, and I've never seen sunsets like in South Carolina. They got the damn license plate sunsets. It's crazy. Like, you get that color, that little breakup that they got on their license plates. That's the South Carolina sunset. It's so beautiful. Just love it, love it, love it. Florida, I love it. I absolutely love Florida. I'm obsessed. It's the ocean. It's the ocean more than anything, and that's what makes me like those two places. Those two places so much more, because you know you're on the ocean. The Atlantic I don't care for as much as the Gulf. I love the Gulf. I'd rate the Gulf #1, the Atlantic #2, the Pacific #3, right? No, I wouldn't even, well, I've only been to the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Gulf, and the Mediterranean. So I'd rank the Gulf #1 because it's in my heart. I went to school down there. I fucking love it down there. Love it, love it, love it. And then I'd say the Med, then the Atlantic third, and then the Pacific Ocean, if the Med can count. I know it's not an ocean, but it is a body of water, right? I mean, it is salt water. It is ocean water. It's not one of the oceans, right? But the Med is freaking beautiful. Right on. So, yeah, but the Gulf is where I just love it. I don't know, but um, I don't know where I was going. Where was I? You guys got me started talking about South Carolina. We're talking about ammo prices. I don't know. Maybe they could keep coming down as long as nothing happens. Making your own ammo. I don't know where prices are on that. I don't do that, so I would love to, but I don't know where those are. And I gotta do some work on this boat. But it's bad, man. It's really, really crazy. You see the shit that's on, and in a way, I'm like, man, just do it. Just do it. Loot all the stores, destroy all the cities, destabilize everything, make it as hard as you possibly can. The communists, the government, all of them, make it hard, 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 because that is the only way that people are going to wake up. When people wake up to raids on their houses for political affiliation and speaking out against the state, when people start going to jail for the thought crimes and stuff like that, people are going to lose their shit. There's going to be a lot of people that submit that just ain't built for the fight, and that's fine. I mean, history's had them people in their places throughout history, right? Those people have a spot in history of not doing shit, and that's just it is what it is. But it's the people that are gonna say fuck this, and that finally be their breaking point is these fucking bugs. Leave me alone. Jeez. These fucking things are ridiculous. Like buzzing right next to my ear. Gnats. Eye flies. So those people will be the people that change the tide. Those people will be the people that get recognized as far as, well, that's when they pushed it too far. That was the day they pushed it too far and pushed them too far, and they finally lost their shit, or they either that or they they make it so hard on everybody that everybody submits, or they say enough is enough and they just quit participating. I had a brain fart. They quit participating in it. There could be that point to where say to themselves, shit, man, I'm not doing this anymore, and come and get me. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of those people because your kids are involved. It's it's not like they're just killing you and killing your wife. They're killing your kids. They're indoctrinating people. I mean, it's a combination of everything. Indoctrination, propaganda, poison in the food, poison in the water, poison in the air. They say this year, this is one thing I was going to say, fucking West Nile and all these mosquito diseases are way up through the roof. Why? Why? Does anybody ask why? What up, First Shot? Americans Against Bush, what up? Why? Because fucking Bill Gates released 1 billion mosquitoes in California and Florida last year. Was it last year or the year before? I mean, what do you think happens when you release fucking 1 billion or more GMO mosquitoes under the guise of XYZ, sucking everybody off? The mosquitoes were going to give everybody pleasure. They were going to suck everybody off, right? Well, that didn't happen. Now fucking all these mosquito diseases are through the roof. If you're in a mosquito area, life sucks, you know. If you're not in a mosquito area, hoorah for you, right? But what do you do? These carpenter ants are destroying my trees. It's the craziest thing. They're just I got trees that are like bleeding black shit. Look at this. This is a good sized tree right here. It's not crazy big, but I could maybe shoot some poison in there. But once I get that part like that, they fucking compromise the tree most likely. And I got a bunch of trees like that. Carpenter ants are so thick out here. They just turn the middle of the trees to mush. So, what? Want to eat? I'll feed you. How about that? Yeah, so, I mean, the things they're doing to destroy us as people and demoralize us, and they've already sold the country out. They've already taken away all of its wealth. The only thing you'll be able to get out of America is by the skin of your teeth. And I don't mean fleeing the country. I just mean as a fucking empty vessel, an empty carcass that America is. You ain't getting shit out of it. You ain't getting no American dream out of it. You might get you might still have your wiener, you know. You might get out and they haven't chopped off your pecker, like literally. But you never know, man. You never know. Oh, I gotta feed these dogs. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Move. Oh, chicken's putting out crazy amount of eggs. The world's fucked up. I'm just hoping this fucking heat chills out. I'm so sick of how hot it's been. And it just got all types of hot again. It's supposed to be high 80. It's going to be almost pushing 90 the rest of the week. It's like enough is enough. I am fed up with it being hot. I'm not saying I'm ready for the cold, but you know what there is no in the cold, and when it finally gets cold? Excuse me. Bugs. There is just too many damn bugs this year. It's been sticky. It's been hot. And it's been full of creepy crawlies, and I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of being burnt or bit up and fucking I'm like a damn science experiment. Fucking all jabbed up. But I don't know. I was going to talk about a bunch of shit on here. Yesterday I was going to talk about dog food and something else, but dog food, right? Going to the feed store. All I got is 50-pound bags. I'm fucking money short right now, and even if I had fucking $40, I'm not buying no 50-pound bag for... That's probably better in the long run, I guess. I don't know. I haven't done the math on it, but I usually get the little 15-pound bags. Cost me like, I think, $13. So they were out. Go over to... I know I'm going to end up going to Dollar General or Walmart, but I stopped. I was right next to Petco. I'm like, no way I'm going to go in there and find a decent bag of food for cheap for these dogs. And sure enough, I went in there. I'm like, yo, I said, hey, where's the fucking, your cheapest dog food? She's like, oh, it's like the Rachel Ray or the whatever. You know, told me the prices, or I seen the price. Man, my cheapest bag of dog food for a 15-pound bag is like I think like $26, $27, $30, something like that. Like everywhere in that range, and that's for the cheaper stuff. And then there's other 15-pound bags. I mean, they only go up from there. You know, if you're gonna get a damn What's the next one up? The 30-pound bag? Then you're talking about like 60 something dollars. If you're talking about the 50-pound bag, you're talking like 70, 80, 90 dollars for a fucking bag of dog food. I don't give a fuck who your dog is. You're fucking tripping. Um, I go, man, that's crazy. Said, well, most of them cheap dog foods are just fillers. And I looked at him and I said, man, my dogs are out there eating chicken shit and all types of bullshit. That's all they need is a filler. You know what I mean? Like, that's all they need is some cheap ass dog food. They don't need all this bougie bullshit, you know? And I used to feed the dogs Blue Buffalo. Remember? Did all them videos about how good it was and everything like that. Man, that shit's all filler. General Mills owns that shit, and that shit's all filler, and that shit's expensive as fuck. That's some of the most expensive dog food there is, Blue Buffalo. And it's trash. And make it fucking right next to where they make the butt flakes or something that they fucking feed. They probably feed fucking hogs or something. I mean, I don't know what they feed, but General Mills makes cereal. So I think there's a bunch of poison in the cereal too. So, you know, whatever, man. Don't talk to me about fillers. All that expensive shit is the same shit. It's got a different label on it. It's bullshit. It's dried ass dog food. I mean, that's what it is. It's fucking butt nuggets for dogs. And if your dog's running around the farm eating all types of fucking nuts and acorns and chicken shit and rabbit shit and deer shit and all that, the motherfuckers, all they need is a filler. You know what I mean? So they don't eat too much animal dumps. So, I mean, I don't know. That's what I was going to talk about. But I just think it's fucking stupid and outrageous, some of the stuff people say and they come up with. I got to get in this dog pen and clean it up. I mean, that's something I could do today. But, man, I hope everybody out there still trucking. I hope you're just digging in, because that's what you have to do. Ain't no time to give up right now, but trust me, ain't nobody listening. Nobody gives a fuck about your plight, your struggle. Nobody gives a shit about you. The only person that's going to care about you is you. So, you know, get through the grind, get the work done, and see y'all on the other side. Everybody stay frosty out there.